3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Collect Play Talk, episode 9 for July 10th, 2026. It's almost an official podcast because we've almost made it to episode 10. Sadly, gaming is ending as we start this podcast, so I don't know what to tell you all. Get hyped, get excited for the downfall of the console wars. I'm Dave. Joining me is Zach. Hi, Zach. How the hell are you?
Living large,
Living large? Did you get laid off? I just got to check. I got to make sure you didn't get laid off from your development job from Microsoft or.
Sadly, I did not get laid off. No.
I mean, sadly, a lot of people did. We'll talk about it. We'll get there. Sadly, this is, dude. I don't know how this had to happen, right? Like, I want to be excited and happy and have a good time here, but I feel like we're not allowed to do that. I thought I could be clever. All right, there you go. Everybody, I'll learn how the board works. I was like, I'll do the countdown. It'll be fun, and then I'll be able to do this kind of thing. It's time for What Are You Playing? Zach.
Well, I decided to take a break from Breath of the Wild because I put like 40, 50 hours into it in like 2 weeks, so I need a minute. So I decided, after the Steam sale, to get a quick playthrough of Pac-Man World 2 Repack. And it's not bad, I remember playing it as a kid, but I never got past the second world, the trampoline stage, because I wasn't good at platformers as a kid. So I beat it literally the other night, and I'm on the opposite world, like inside of the tree now, so I'm just kind of messing around in there. Do I care to 100% it? I mean, this is kind of one of those games that I feel like you got to 100%. It's not really like a story kind of game, so it's been enjoyable.
You're playing Repack. I grew up with the original game, loved the original game. What the hell is this? This is not the same game.
The voice acting is the weirdest part. I hate it so much.
You don't like him going wonka wonka wonka?
It's so weird. It's so awkward. I don't know.
It feels like that was like a temporary voice actor moment where it was like, we'll add the wonka wonka sound in here, but for now, like, just record you going wonka wonka wonka, and
it's so awkward. And I turned off the voices for like a good chunk of the game, and then I'm like, well, now I feel like I need the voices on because I'm almost done with the game, So then I turned them back on. I'm like, man, these voice actors are weird, man. I don't know if I like this voice acting. Everything else is fun. I like the concept and everything for it.
Yeah,
it's enjoyable.
The camera angle doesn't work the right way. I don't understand why they changed it. I would have just appreciated a pretty version of the same game. I don't understand why this has to happen half the times we get remakes where they change everything for no reason. And
it's been so long since I've played the original, so I don't remember anything. Like I said, I couldn't get past the trampoline stage as a kid, the second world, the forest area.
I'll boot it up in an emulator and be shocked how quickly you're in it, and you're like, wait a second. This works? This isn't supposed to be weird? The camera... you're fighting with the camera. It's a platformer from the early 2000s. Yeah. But, like, in a way that makes sense versus where this is... Like, you go through the maze and they don't tilt the camera up above you and stuff. Like, what?
Yeah.
I don't get it. I really wanted to play through that because I beat that game plenty of times, and I just booted up and just was like, I'll go back and play the PS2 version. That's fine.
Yeah, I did beat it, and now I'm inside the tree, and I'm like, yeah, this was cool. This was just something to get me away from Breath of the Wild for a minute, since I've put so many hours into it in 2 weeks, which I'm gonna get the bird next. So that's who I'm fighting next whenever I get back to the game.
I think Pac-Man World 2 is a good, fun, short game. It's a good side game. Anyway, I played Pokemon GO this week. I got 4. I got 4 shiny Sobble on the 4th of July Community Day.
There we go.
Which is the worst day for Community Day. Hi, Pokemon Go. You fix it. That's stupid. That's the stupidest thing ever. I have things to do. I have family to see. I don't have time to go drive around and play Pokemon Go.
I never have time on Saturdays, so I usually miss them.
Well, there's Saturdays or Sundays. So Sundays I'm usually busy. I don't have time. And then Saturdays I sometimes have time, but also Saturday's the day that I fill with all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so if I have to go running out to the east side to help with something, or I got to, do this thing with the family, or I've got to go run these 65 errands, it's all on the same day that Pokemon Go is a community day. And I'm like, I don't have 3 hours to go around and catch shiny Pokemon. But about every 6 months, I get into this mindset that I'm going to complete the National Pokédex for real. Like I commit, I sit down, I start going through my Pokemon Home assets. I start going down the whole list and go, I'm going to do this. And I
remember we've had this conversation before. Yeah.
Yeah. I realize I can do it. And I looked at it the other day. I'm missing like 90 things total of the 1,000 or something. Like, yeah. I could do this. It's not. Yeah.
You could literally just finish this if you just do one a day. You can finish it within a few months.
Well, the problem is I can't do one a day, Zach, because it's obscure random things that I'd have to go catch on random routes in random games on random systems. Like I need a completed save file that I understand of pretty much every game all the way up to the 3DS is what I need. So what I need to do is sit down and beat X and Y again, beat Sun and Moon again, meet Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire again. That is a great one. Beat Sun and Moon for the first time because God, that game sucks. I probably could just do Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon. I probably don't have to do both.
I would just do Ultra Moon or Ultra Sun. But Sun and Moon just aren't that worth it. There's you might miss a thing or two in Sun and Moon, but you're gonna get most of what you're missing in the new one. So sequel.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, if anything I'm missing, I probably could come to you and be like, "Hey, Zach, can you get me a blah blah blah? Because I need to trade it to you."
Yeah, I'll be like, "Yeah, hold on, give me a minute."
and like I don't feel like that's cheating. Like I feel like that's half the fun of the game and the experience. But I just look at it and go, man, I love before a new Pokemon game comes out, like a new game, like Winds and Waves, right? Yeah. Like I'd love to be like, yep, I have a national dex. I have a living dex sitting in Pokemon Home. It's perfectly organized. Yep. And now, like while I wait to play Wind and Waves, I can be like, I'll start working on the shinies. I don't need all the shinies, but I could get a couple. And I have a ton. Like, don't get me wrong, like I have hundreds of shinies. I've done a decent amount on that, but I don't really care. That's crazy. People who go for like hundos and Pokemon Go don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah. Supposedly with Winds and Waves, I've been seeing what's his name, Central leaks that apparently over 300 or 400 Pokemon are going to get added into this game somehow. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. That's a lot. Jesus Christ! But this game looks so big and so massive that I think that they might be able to make it work.
I would love them to do sort of what they did with Black and White, which is just like a region
factory reset.
Basically, I feel like that would be more exciting. Like and do a DLC, right? Like, all right, Pikachu can be here in his Pikachu costumes or whatever.
Yeah,
but like a full blown, like basically this is a fresh reset, and there is nothing from the previous games until you unlock the DLC. Like I'm fine with that. And the DLC needs to come out like a year later, and then you access, Bulbasaur and Charmander and all the classic stuff, right? Yeah. But before that, like, no, like we all just get a moment to just like breathe. Like just start over. Everybody has the same goal. We're all catching new stuff. We're learning everything new from scratch. I think that on Switch would have gone over a lot better than being like, yeah, just kidding, the National Dex is gone. Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We just eradicated like 200 guys in Sword and Shield. Hey, you guys will be fine. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Almost everything is here, but not really. So just don't even think about it.
Yeah. We promise they'll be added back eventually when we feel like it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of things that will be back eventually when they start thinking about it again, it's time for the news, and it's brought to you in part by the Snack Network Live podcast, where me and Curtis on Tuesday nights discuss the upcoming snacks and stuff. It's a lot like this show. I'm on it. We do it live on the Snack Network. Check it out. We taste snacks and we talk about the upcoming drinks and fast food and snacks. Hi.
That's fun.
Yeah. Zach, we had once again in the first 9 episodes of this show, we don't really get good news. We started out kind of strong. Like we had like Summer Game Fest. It was exciting.
Yeah,
it was like
first month was fine, and now it's just like death and yeah, now we're just going to lay waste, and now you're going to deal with it, and you're going to be proud of it.
Are we? All right, Zach, I need you to break this down for me, because I at this point, Microsoft laying people off doesn't mean anything. It's just like, well, it does. Obviously, it means a lot. It means a lot, but they do it every 3 months, it seems like.
Yeah. So all of the news that we have this week is all about the Xbox reset. There wasn't really anything else crazy that I was looking at. So really, we divided up the Xbox stuff into about 3 parts that really kind of mattered.
The fight stick from PlayStation wasn't a big breaking news thing?
It's physical. It doesn't matter. Greed has limits. Greed has no limits.
Greed has limits.
Play has limits, though.
Yeah, play does. Play, but not greed. Play. Only play has limits. Jesus.
So the first thing when it comes to this, the president of Xbox has officially deleted 1,600 jobs.
Effective immediately.
She's going to get up to 3,200 by the end of the year. So thousands of people just lost their jobs just like that, like nothing happened. So that's a pretty scary thing to think, especially with a big name company that can be able to afford and hold that amount of people.
That other 1,600 people who are just now like sitting on pins and needles for the next 6 months, like
that's terrifying.
Like don't you? I would just leave. I'd start looking, man. No matter what position I'm in, like you might be like, I'm at Bethesda. I've been here I'm a senior employee. I'm blah blah blah. But like, I wouldn't be confident in that. It doesn't seem like anybody sticks around. I'm not confident that there's a single member at any of the Microsoft teams that was on the original games they made. Like they lay off 1,000 people every freaking 3 months, dude.
I know. I hope this is like the last time that they kind of have to feel like they're forced to do it.
Well, yeah, and so you and I will.
It's a lot to handle.
You and I will be here, right? But the question is, like, because I'm not going to let you off, Zach. I know it's shocking. You're not on my.
Unless I die, I'm not
gonna. my cuts. Don't make jokes like that. It's bad. It's bad juju or something. Especially on a podcast. Anytime we bring up a celebrity, we're taking a deep risk. The problem is that. You're right. They need to, if this is what it's going to be, right? If we're going to lay off more people, which we've done several times, that's it, man. Pick the number, lay them off, get through it, and but be done. Like you need to stop laying people off because we'll get to it. But like, there's been no Xbox games, dude, for like a decade. Like Starfield does not count as a game. Like. It came out.
They hyped it up like it was the greatest game of all time.
Because it's the only thing they had. It's the only thing they finished, and arguably no one even liked it.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was. I just heard it was fine. Like, it wasn't that exciting, but it's not horrible. It's playable, but it's not that great. And now you can buy it on everything. It's not an exclusive anymore.
No, there are no exclusive. Gears of War's on PlayStation, except for the new one. That one's not on PlayStation for some mysterious reason. Xbox is really screwing themselves here because not only laying off these people, but like this lack of communication about what's on what platforms and what's happening and what's coming. Like, is that Fable game real? Like, is the Fable game actually coming out? Because like I'm not even convinced.
It's happening in February. Yeah, I kind of want to get it. There's a part of me that wants to get it.
But see, that scares me, Zach, because it's happening in February. They're going to lay off 1,600 more people by then. Like, that's the plan. That's the current established plan. Mm-hmm. And so what happens when Fable comes out and it flops? Do they
I
lay
know,
off
that's the
enough?
thing.
Do they lay off that entire team too? And so 2
Yeah.
months after we thought we were done, they're basically going to be like, yeah, Fable
Yeah,
didn't
we
need.
just got rid of that whole studio. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
they're done.
Fable, Playground Games. They're going to actually move into the team that makes Forza, and that's all they do is they make Forza every 5 years.
Yeah.
And
that's
like,
it. Nothing more.
I'm so sad. Why do I own an
depressing
Xbox?
thought. Great question. You shouldn't have owned one after the Xbox One.
My first Xbox was the Xbox One.
Mine was
Anyway,
the 360.
it's time for part 2 of Doom and Gloom.
Oh boy. Yippee!
I don't know how I picked that at random and we got the exact same one. That's all right. Anyway.
So the second one is they started to make a couple of companies go independent now and just be like, hey, we can't, I don't know if it's like we can't deal with you guys anymore because of this X, Y, and Z, or we want to see what you guys are able to do like on your own. But essentially, they let go 2 companies, Compulsion Games and Double Fine Productions. For anyone that doesn't know who those people are, Compulsion's Games' biggest game was We Happy Few, which I always wanted to play, and then I heard it wasn't that great after a while.
Yeah, never played it.
And then Double Fine Productions is the Psychonauts series, so that's who those people are.
So if they get rid of these companies and allow them to maintain their IPs, so they've done this already. We actually have an example of this prior, which is Toys for Bob. When Microsoft bought out Activision Blizzard, Toys for Bob separated as its own separate thing because it was part of Activision Blizzard.
Yeah.
They made a secret contract with Microsoft to continue and develop a Spyro game because they wanted to make a Spyro game. That's what they were doing the whole time anyway. They just didn't want to be Call of Duty support anymore.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
The problem with this is like, so about the last decade, Microsoft came in and bought like 20 studios. Okay.
Yeah, because that was the big thing.
They came in, bought a bunch of studios. They have nothing to show for it. They've accomplished nothing, right? And then now all of a sudden they're going, yep, we can push these teams out. We can fund their games. We can make contracts with us separately to fund the IPs that they own or that we own, and they can make the games. Doesn't really matter. And like, so what's the damn difference?
Yeah. The really cool thing is at least with these guys letting them go, they did tell them, they're like, hey, anything that you guys have made, even if it was under us or wasn't under us, it's yours. We're not going to gatekeep that.
Yeah.
So at least they gave them that, you know. They gave them their stuff, you know.
They can go make a Psychonauts game and they don't have to, you know, make a deal with Microsoft to own that IP. I mean, like, great. That's, I don't know, like, what was the point then?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they hyped up. I remember back in 2015, 2016 when they were getting Compulsion Games with We Happy Few. That was like their big game on Xbox One and hyped it up like crazy. And I was like, dang, this actually looks kind of fun. It looks like a really decent like horror kind of game and getting through like, you know, the norm of that world and stuff like that. And then I don't know, I just heard it was a giant mess afterwards, and it's kind of disappointing.
I think the Spyro game, Spyro A Realm Beyond ? Will be our testament to see how this goes. I think because that's the first thing.
The newest one. Yeah,
that's basically our first example of what this means. Is if Microsoft owns this IP, they allowed them to move on. Quote indie developer, and by indie I mean independent team got to make it. It's gonna be 5 or 7 years before either one of these developers does anything. Even if they've signed a contract with Microsoft to make something independently, like games take forever, and I don't know. Does it matter?
Well, apparently they take 9-10 years now. If you're the Legend of Zelda or something, but if you're like Call of Duty, it takes like 2 years. We'll be fine.
Yeah, we can fund because there's nothing new. They're just taking the engine and building new maps and then calling it a new game.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I've been experiencing it the last 20 years. I know. It's terrible. I've seen the downfall. I've been there at the peak. I feel it.
yet everybody continues to buy it. It's time for part 3 of this downfall.
This might be the best part. So this is like the happy part out of it all. Apparently they're gonna reconstructor how like reconstruction all their like major
Reconstructor.
companies.
I like-
Reconstructor.
I like Reconstructor.
They're gonna reconstruct all their major companies that they have. So for example, Blizzard and Bethesda, they're gonna reconstructure them and say, hey, we really want you to work on your major titles. Yes, we would love you to do this, but we need you to do your major names that everybody knows that we can reel back people in and make them say, hey,
So
we love this company. And Bethesda's the biggest one because Elder Scrolls 6 has been in development hell since 2018 and they have barely worked on it.
So this is the problem. Like, this is good news and bad news at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Because my question, like I said, is if they laid off everybody already, who's there? Who's like worked on the series? like who's left?
Yeah.
Is it the scrappy little interns that got hired when Skyrim, was almost done, and the people at Bethesda, like, they've been working silently on the side corner, but they're the least paid because they're not really in charge of anything. And now they're like, yeah, go make Fallout. Like, just do it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like good news and bad news, because it's this kind of thing where it's like, okay, hey guys, games take 10 years to make. So we need really safe bets. Can you guys just make really good sequels and stuff from series that people really want? The problem with that is then the other side is, what if they don't really want to make that? Right?
Yeah.
And so, like, you're asking a bunch of artists to make a thing they don't really want to make. I feel like we have an example that just came out of this sort of problem, which is Metroid Prime 4.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Like so
Wow.
Nintendo comes out and says, hey guys, we're gonna make Metroid Prime 4. We saw it literally the day they decided to make it, not the day that they decided to have a good idea.
Yeah.
And then they spent a year with a development team who made a game that no one liked, that was so bad that they threw it out and then handed it off to another team of people who didn't want to make it. And then they laid a bunch of people off, and not Nintendo, but they had basically laid a bunch of people off essentially within the industry around this. Okay. And so then what you end up with is a bunch of Halo people sitting in Retro Studios, a company that wanted to make Donkey Kong games and random other stuff, and probably had a passion project that we don't even know about or what it was, right? What were they making after Tropical Freeze? Because it wasn't Metroid Prime 4.
No, and that's a totally different game. Yeah.
Yeah. And so then they made Metroid Prime 4, and it's a weird mishmash of open world concepts that no one likes. It's a cluster of not truly Metroid puzzles. It's the Federation that no one seems to like. I didn't play it. I don't know, but it seems like the backlash for Prime 4, part of me, there's two sides. This part of me thinks is no one was going to be happy no matter what. Right. And so, like, it's probably not that bad. I think everybody's just complaining. The other side of me says, I don't think anybody wanted this. Like, I don't think this is what anybody wanted. So if you force a bunch of studios to make a bunch of notable IPs and make sequels to things they don't really want to make sequels to, will they make even good games? At the same time, that feels like a pretty safe bet, because all of us have been sitting here screaming for the next Elder Scrolls, the next Fallout, the next Halo, the next Forza. Like, I kind of just do want the safe games. I want the big announcements because those are the ones that get hype. But if you make Bethesda make some game that nobody wants,
like Fallout 76,
yeah, like
they keep working on it.
I don't know. Here's the crazy thing: is you need to strike a balance between making things that people actually want and a thing that people actually want to make. And I don't know where that line is, Zach.
Yeah. Well, I remember with Metroid Prime 4, the big problem that everyone was so mad at was that the desert level that you have to drive through was just blank. right? You
Yeah.
drive through it, and that was it. Well, and then people found out because there's a really small group of people that bought the amiibo for the game. They found out, hey guys, there's music to this, and like more than half the player base was like, wait, so there's music in the desert section? So they locked it behind a $40 paywall
Or
with
beating
the
the game.
amiibos? Yeah, and then everyone found out, oh wait, if you just beat the game, you get the music. That was the big one that I heard the whole time. And I'm like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen a company do. Jesus. Well,
I don't know
it
what this.
shows with Bethesda too, because we've been getting the Elder Scrolls 6. Like I've never played one. All right, I should play one. If I do play one, it's going to be Oblivion. And you know they announced it in 2018, and that's it. Silence. You heard silence for the next 8 years. You didn't
Like,
even get a trailer. You got nothing else.
my
And then they
question.
finally said something about it, and it was like, yeah, no, we're still about 2 or 3 years away. Then why'd you announce it so long ago?
Were they even making it?
That's the thing. They even said that too. They're like, yeah, we're a little bit far off. We've barely been working on this.
What were they
Then
working
why
on?
did
Though?
you say
But
something?
what were they working on, Zach? This is my question. It's like at the
Fallout
same
76.
every time I think that like Microsoft's just laying a bunch of people off and it seems evil and critical and a bunch of like problems, and I don't support companies laying anybody off, I'm also sitting here going, yeah, but Microsoft owns like 48 studios that I know about.
Yeah.
And they haven't made
A lot
any,
of major ones.
and a lot of major ones with a lot of employees. Sounds like they have thousands of employees to lay off. But then and then I'm looking at it going, but no games have come out for the last decade.
Yeah, what's going on here, guys? The
Like-
last game was Fallout 76 in 2017, 2018.
Well, or Starlink, or what? No, not Starlink.
Oh,
what
I forgot. That goes to show you how much I remembered Starfield. That goes to show you.
Starfield. Thank you. Jeez.
That goes to show you how much I forgot about that game.
Right, but that's I mean that's the point. That's like Starfield came out. Okay, great. So Bethesda made one game in a decade. like can you like and then they say also we haven't been working on Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, we've been kind of working on it, but not really. But then we have, but not really.
Right? Like, what does this mean, dude?
That's why I can't stand Bethesda. Not as much as Ubisoft, but I can't stand Bethesda.
Like, I'm not saying this is justification because it's not, right? But like, if Activision Blizzard, despite all the people that left because of horrible harassment situations, being bought up by Microsoft, the people that they laid off when they hired them, even despite the fact that they weren't going to lay anybody off, right? Yeah. They lied. And it also took a decade to get Call of Duty on Switch, despite the fact that they promised it a decade ago, almost.
I kind of want to get it on the Switch, too, just to see how bad it's going to be. I kind of want to do it.
If they make a physical copy, I'll consider buying it.
It's like Ghosts since we've seen COD on Nintendo. It's been a long time.
Ghosts on the Wii
Ghosts
U.
or Black Ops 2. It's one of the two that they last released, and it's been so long.
Like it's crazy, but they put out a Call of Duty game almost every year since.
No, literally every single year. Everyone's been telling them, guys, why don't you guys take a year off? No. Did you buy the new Nicki Minaj skin, though?
Oh, God. You're gross.
Well, last year they promised on Black Ops 6, we're going to make the skins more realistic. And then about 4 months later, they lied. And then they started making unrealistic skins again. And it's like, cool. And then they doubled down on it on Black Ops 7. And they're like, all right, we're going to make realistic skins. And then it became garbage again. And then they tripled down on Modern Warfare 4 and said, we're going to make realistic skins. All right, you had me the first 2 times. Fool me once, fool me twice. Let's see what happens when you do it thrice.
But if a studio that's in development nonsense can push out even a mediocre game every year with support,
mediocre. With Call of Duty,
unplayable, disgusting. Anyway, but like, but they can do that, right? Like, my question is: so you spend 5 years making a game like Astrobot, right? and another studio can turn around and make another Call of Duty game in a year, right? Are you telling me that the team over at that studio can't make another game in 2
Yes.
years? Like, what
Yeah,
is
I don't
like
know.
what's happening? Like, I legitimately, what's happening? What do you mean
Like,
it takes? What do you mean it takes 7 years to make a Spyro game? Considering you rebuilt everything for the Reignited trilogy, you rebuilt the assets for all of the Spyro games previous, remapped and redid all the geometry for the entire thing. You're telling me it still takes 7 years to make a Spyro game?
Of all games too.
Right? Like I want to get this. I want to get this through, and yet you're still laying off thousands of employees.
Yeah, it's a really sad situation. It really, a lot of it doesn't even make any sense.
No, it's like when you put those pieces together, none of that computes. None of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It doesn't. I understand that game development is hard, right? I understand that. I understand that making art is difficult. I understand that teams of people have struggle with communication and all sorts of stuff,
Yeah.
right? But then you also got the other side of this that like there are people who have built emulation systems with one dude to run things on PC, to run everything ever.
Yeah.
And so like and that's without the resources of a studio.
And they
Right?
update it too. That's the other thing. They're like, hey guys, it's been a couple months, but now you guys can do this. Now you guys can make the aspect ratio a little bit better, or you can make the graphics a little bit better.
Yeah, like I just don't understand what's happening in the gaming industry enough on the inside to know what happened.
Yeah. It's a sad reality that we're walking into.
Because at the same time, right, the reason you have to lay people off is because you're not making enough money. But the
Yeah.
reason that you're not making enough money is because you're not releasing enough games to make money.
And
so
when you do, they're mediocre as hell.
because you laid too many people off to make a quality product, and then because you've laid all the people off and it doesn't sell, you now have to lay more people off, which means you can't make another product, which means you can't make more money.
Yeah.
Like you're eating yourself, and I don't understand what's happening. Like,
Yeah, it's
I want to be happy, Zach. I want to be like,
yeah. It's been a rough like few years ever since COVID kind of happened for these companies. It's been rough for the last 5-6 years.
Yeah, but like don't you think they have to recover at some point?
Somehow.
Or like somehow, and don't you think that like that would just mean being like, all right, guys, here's the deal. We have to make games. Because if we don't make games, no one will buy games. Yeah. And if no one buys games, we're done. And so are you this determined to run yourselves down to the point where, yeah, you know what? We only made 3% profit. It's not like this multi-billion-dollar company funded by a bunch of other stuff is making enough money, right? Like this would be one thing if we're talking about even like Sega, right? Whose entire development is based off selling Sonic toys and Sonic games and some other random stuff they've made throughout the years and releasing stuff as a development studio, right? Like we're talking about small potatoes if we're talking about Sega in this conversation, right? But we're talking about Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo at this point. And so like Microsoft, who makes $130 minimum on every business Windows license ever, who has billions of dollars to invest into AI, who has a multi-trillion-dollar company. You're talking about Sony, who has an entire movie studio, televisions, electronics, everything Sony's, multiple brands underneath Sony that you don't even realize the things they make, right?
They also have music too.
Yeah,
I remember that too.
Music studios. They're making trillions of dollars, multi-trillion-dollar like company, okay? And then they're going, yeah, but we don't make enough money. We better lay people off in PlayStation.
Yeah.
Like there's no.
Let's just keep buying out everybody. Let's see what happens. Oh, it didn't work. All right, see you later, 17,000 people. Bye. That was your
let's
fault.
yeah, like let's buy everybody and then let's not do anything about it. Like let's just make sure we fire everyone before we release something to make money. Like the reason that like PlayStation and Xbox don't make enough money, quote, right? According to them and their investors and their nonsense, is because they don't sell anything and that's part of their business. But they're making Microsoft made a ton of money when I bought this computer from Micro Center.
Yeah.
I have to run Windows. I have no choice. There's advertisements. There's stuff that was sold to the motherboard. The companies make the money. They have the money.
Well, that's why we're getting rid of physical media, Dave. We got to get more money somehow.
Which is crazy because here's the thing, and we talked about this a little bit last week, but it just like it keeps cycling in my head, right? To get rid of physical media. Sony makes money off every Blu-ray that's ever been sold. Yeah. For both consoles. They've been
doing it for 20 years. They've been doing it.
Yeah, 25 years. And Sony and had a huge market on the CD, the CDRs and DVD markets of manufacturing and licenses and stuff, right? So like, you're right. Maybe physical PlayStation games don't sell, right? But don't tell me you're not making a cut on all physical media ever sold, Sony. Yeah. We're not talking about PlayStation here. We're talking about Sony Entertainment. It's ridiculous. This entire thing, and because I'm so done. Like and then you got the AI crisis, which is entirely their fault, running up the prices. Microsoft's giant investments into AI, like, is the reason that all the chips and all the stuff is going up in price. And meanwhile, they're also raising the prices of their consoles to the point where they're unaffordable to people. Because the last time I checked, my paychecks haven't increased by 82% in the last 6 years.
Yeah, and plus, like, the RAM companies are like, yeah, we don't have enough. Which is the other kicker, too. Like, so that's also going into it also, them lying and stealing at this point millions of dollars from average consumers and major companies.
The hype level is too high for GTA 6, and there's the hype around the PlayStation 5 was already too high when they went into this, right? This is the thing.
It was insane.
And COVID, doubled that because people just needed entertainment and excitement, and
anything
to do. So a new console, kind of in Sony's benefit, coming out right then, did benefit them overall. People invested and took the time and committed to the platform, right?
Yeah.
All of that, though, led to weird job things, not making games, all sorts of other things that have now ate their business.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think we're going to see the repercussions of this until the PlayStation 6 and the Project
It's going to be time. Yeah.
Because and it's not going to be immediate, right? I want to emphasize this and stress this point, right? PlayStation 6 is going to come out. They're going to make multi-million systems to sell at launch. All those multi-millions will sell. The 10 million systems that they make right off the bat to sell to the stores and people who go out and pre-order systems day one, people that have disposable income and do not care, or they're just too invested in gaming to not, right? But there are people still sitting on PlayStation 4s, and they're sitting on PlayStation 4s for a reason. It's because they already are priced out and can't afford to move up.
And now you really can't because they keep making it even more expensive. It should have gone down to, like, at this point, $400, but no, now they're $650, $700.
We should be sitting at $350 PlayStation 5s on sale right now.
Something around there.
For digital,
I would be fine with 400.
Yeah, 400 digital only consoles, right? With small hard drives, like we could justify that. But like PlayStation 6s will sell right away, Project Helixes will sell right away, right? And then something weird's going to happen. And it's not going to be that weird to anybody who's sitting here right now, right? And understands and listening to the show, is like they won't sell. No, people won't upgrade. People are going to sit on their PlayStation 5s until they break. The cross-generational games are going to overlap like they did with the Wii, right? Like people, they made Wii games that were basically PS2 games. I don't know what the last Madden game was, but it sure as hell shouldn't have been, on the PlayStation 2. Shouldn't have
26 or no, on the PS2 that was like Madden
2019.
11.
Yeah,
It was like 11 or 12 on the PS2, something like that.
And we had moved on a long time. Like I don't imagine any of those games, the big ones, Call of Duty, Madden, the show games, any of that stuff not being on PlayStation 5 and 6 before the PlayStation 6 is done.
Yeah, it has to be on there.
Because you're asking too much. You're asking too much of us to support companies that you're claiming do not have enough money when they do. And like, so anybody who doesn't think that they have to do this because they have no choice, like, you're wrong. They have the money. There's no reason to lay any of these people off. I understand restructuring and trying to focus on games that people actually want to buy.
Yeah.
But like, also, if you realize that those are going to take 6 to 7 years minimum to make those games, then what's the point? People that we don't have that long of, you don't have that much longer, right? Like, you don't have 7 years.
Yeah.
If the new consoles come out and no one buys them, there won't be anybody. It won't matter.
Oh. Well, and I've been seeing like a lot of the arguments with Nintendo. Everyone's like, well, they're eventually going to go digital. I don't think they are.
No,
there's a small chunk of me, because a lot of people say that Japan is the biggest, still is the biggest to this day, of all physical media buyers. And I don't think they can do that to their own country. I don't think they can.
No,
That's the thing.
And they haven't shown them like willing to do it. They're willing to drop the price, but I think that's literally trying to be consumer friendly of digital games.
Yeah.
Like, well, I think they're going, man, $70 games are kind of a big ask.
Yeah.
Like, and so we got to do something. Well, what if we actually do save a bunch of money by not shipping physical games in boxes? What if we just lowered the price of digital stuff?
Yeah. And the cool thing is that I saw a statistic for Rhythm Heaven that just came out last week. 370,000 people bought it physical in Japan. Only in Japan, 370,000 copies. That's insane. That's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot.
That's a lot.
For
that's just a Switch 1 game. That's not even a Switch 2 game. That's a lot. You just brought in both consoles, and you sold 300,000, almost 400,000 copies physical. That's insane.
It's a ton of money. It's a ton of money.
It is.
That game didn't cost them that much to make.
It couldn't have.
No. It's
just a fun rhythm game. That's all it is. It's not like you made some crazy story.
Yeah, but if Sony and Microsoft were more willing to make things like this more often, smaller budget games. The end of this was like the PlayStation 3. The last time PlayStation like made truly little games like this was the PlayStation 3. Like Astrobot's basically its only example of modern stuff doing this. The PlayStation 4 does not have a ton of these little, quote, experiences.
No, it doesn't. And that happened. You literally saw it happen after Last of Us. That was the start of it. Which, great game, but that was the reason why we drifted away from stuff like that on those consoles.
They keep taking these bets on these giant projects that, like, instead of and Nintendo's the only one that seems to have figured this out, right? Is Zelda Breath of the Wild took them so much time, and Tears of the Kingdom took them a ton of time too, despite being the same map and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
They've learned that these giant mega selling games take a ton of time and money, and they do make money. They sell enough copies over time, right? But to like be sustainable and make a giant game like that doesn't succeed, in case the event doesn't succeed, you get to put out something like Rhythm Heaven.
Yeah,
a game that
do something fun.
Do something fun, and if that didn't have to sell that many copies to make money, that game is already profitable.
And the crazy part is that you didn't have to sell it that expensive. You sold it at $40.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good price. That's a great price for a lot of people.
Yeah. I don't think people realize how many people are buying things secondhand. This is the numbers they don't have. They don't they don't see the physical sales as the physical sales of how many times that disc has been put in a PlayStation. They see the number of how many physical games sold at GameStop, Target, and Best Buy, right? And Walmart.
Yeah.
Like that's it. And so when that game goes through 8 people's consoles, I don't think Sony's actually keeping track of that. Like I don't think that number is correctly matched.
Yeah.
They could probably look at that data. They probably most definitely do with our online consoles. Know what that number is, but they don't have it like on a per disc basis. I think gaming moving forward is doomed. I think it's over. I think
we need another video game crash. We need another one.
yeah, and I think this was gonna actually be it. And the problem is we're still like 5 years away from the actual crash, right? Like I 2031 is like, wow, gaming's over, and then somebody else is gonna come out of the woodwork and be like, hey, we're Atari. We made a box. It's $500. And it plays a bunch of new games. And we also made a bunch of these like revival series games from games you remember from the 80s.
Yeah.
And if you want to buy this box, you can. And all of a sudden, everybody be like, video games are here and fun.
Or Sega comes back with the Dreamcast 2.
Right. It could be. It's going to be something weird like that. Like, I think it has to be. Or it's going to be Valve. It's going to be Valve coming in and going, hey, guys, I know we launched the Steam machine at $1,000 and that was really unaffordable and stuff. But like, computer parts did get cheaper again. AI crashed and all the things like, so Steam machines play all modern games at 1080p. Everything that's even come out in the last 5 years since then. And it's $400 now to buy a Steam machine. Like,
with
I think
disk drive
all sorts of stuff, man. Like the potential, it's not over. It's just like we're gonna go through a very dark period, and they can't seem to just prevent that from happening.
Yeah.
But for
It's
now,
gonna be a rough future.
I'm gonna build my game room with the intent that I'm never gonna need anything else ever again. And I'm gonna collect, and that's the other thing is, guys, we have everything. We have every game. How many more games do we need?
Mm-hmm.
I'd have just as much fun sitting down and playing a LAN party on the original Xbox for Halo. Like, that would be just as fun to me as anything else that's coming out. Like, we can just I will invest my gaming stuff elsewhere than moving forward. I don't plan on buying a PlayStation 6. I won't.
Yeah, they got to drop some crazy game for me to make me say, yeah, I'll think about it.
Yeah, Zach, it's to the point where, like, if something cool came out, I'd go to you and be like, hey, you want to like split this halfsies? Like,
Yeah.
you want to get a PlayStation 6 so we can play Spider-Man 3, and like then I don't actually care. Like, we'll just return it. Like, the library, I'll go get a system from the library, which is a thing you can do. Like, I don't know. Anyway, Zach, it's time for our show and tell. Zach, I wanted to show you something.
All right.
This is all my physical Xbox One games.
What the hell? I can show you something more depressing of my PS5 physical games.
mine is actually, that's less. That's actually less than this. I thought this was funny because this is my Xbox One games. A bunch of these aren't even open, because I own them digitally. I got Sonic Frontiers.
That's a good game.
It's not a great game. I played that on.
I heard it was really good.
I think that's actually still in my Xbox. I've got a physical copy of Cyberpunk. It's 2 discs.
That's a good game.
Hey, you want to know who made the discs in this?
Sony,
because they're Blu-rays. I got Soul Calibur 6, which I've bought digital on every platform because I just love this game. So
that's funny.
I don't need that physical game. I got Dragon Ball. I've gotten that for free on all sorts of other services. I don't need that.
Probably.
Halo Master Chief Collection, which I
What
own
a
on
garbage
Steam,
game. Yep.
Xbox Digital, so I don't need that physical game.
Pretty bad
Uh,
game. Yep. Next.
Injustice 2, Gods Among Us. I'd never played, or I played this only a little bit. This isn't even open. It's still in plastic. I got it on sale, but once again, physical game that I got cheaper.
First one's
I'm
better. Yep.
Tekken 7, which I
Alright.
own digital because once Tekken 8 came out, it was basically free to get it on digital. And
Yep.
half the game is DLC anyway, so you might as well buy a digital version with all the DLC.
I hate when fighters do that. Yep.
This is Hot Wheels Unleashed, which I own on everything because it's a cheap
That's a fun
game,
one.
but it's a
Yeah.
cool physical game to have. It's not even open. This is still wrapped in plastic.
That's a fun one.
Forza Horizon 3, which I also bought the Ultimate Edition on every other console that's available on Xbox, because when the Ultimate Edition was basically right before 4 came out, the Ultimate Edition becomes like $28 and you just get everything, so you might as well buy the digital version. And then I have Titanfall, which
that Titanfall 2, not bad. That's better than the first one.
Which I'm pretty sure you can't even play anymore. I'm pretty sure the servers are gone. So I think
I think so. Yeah.
I don't like, this is the perfect example of a game that I played one time, I think only, and I own it physical, but I don't think I could play it despite the fact that I own the physical copy. That's it. Those are all my Xbox One digital physical games.
Half of those suck. Half of those are not bad.
Yeah. That's I have no Xbox Series physical games.
Yeah, no one should own that thing anyway. So
I think the only PlayStation 5 games I have physical is Hogwarts Legacy, because somebody gave it to me as a gift, and Final Fantasy 7 Remake, the first one, I have because somebody gave it to me as a gift. But I think those are the only 2 physical PlayStation 5 games I own.
You should play that Final Fantasy 7 Remake when you get the chance.
I want to play it on Switch now.
On Switch?
On Switch 2. Switch 2 specifically.
Yeah. I decided to bring with me my one copy, well, my other signed game that I officially own. Last year at the Cleveland Gaming Classic, which we'll keep saying every single week, we're going to be there. We'll be there somehow, some way, shape, or form. I'll be buying stuff. Dave will be buying stuff. Last year they brought in the one of the creators of Mortal Kombat, Ed Boon. So I got one of my favorite Mortal Kombats, Mortal Kombat 3, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, signed by Ed Boon. So that was pretty cool. It was really cool to actually meet him. I talked to him for a couple minutes, and it was actually a really neat experience that I actually was able to get that one signed and everything. I love Mortal Kombat 3. It's so fun. It's one of my favorites. It's not like my absolute favorite, but I'm like, man, it'd be cool to get a Super Nintendo game signed instead. Actually, I kind of want to get a cartridge game signed instead of a case like I did with Mario 3D All Stars.
I'd rather have what you have there. I'd rather have the physical cartridge, because then it's like they actually sign the game.
Yeah,
because that's the game. As much as it's cool to get like a Super Nintendo game like in the box, like I have Tetris Attack over there, like in the cardboard box with everything, right? I don't know. I find the physical games from that era that are in just like cardboard just not. I don't think I count the cardboard.
I mean, I'm still considering with down in November when I go to that convention, Torg something, that I might go meet Charles Martinet again, and I'm really thinking about getting at least the box of it, because this is one of my favorite Mario games of all time, is Super Mario Land 2 and the 6 Golden Coins. I really want to get the box of that signed. I love that game so much.
Yeah.
I have such a warm spot for that game, and it's one of my like top 5 favorite Mario games ever. I love it so much.
See,
I would love to get that signed.
That or a physical copy of Mario 64, just like a
sign. I considered
cartridge.
that. Yeah, I considered that, but I'm like, I love Mario Land 2 more than Mario 64. I have such a warmer spot for it.
See, even voice characters in there.
No, There is no voice acting in that one.
So I
just
pointed
really
it out.
wanted to get inside. Man, it's like my favorite. I mean, it's not my absolute favorite, like with Odyssey and Mario Galaxy, but
I know that he is Mario. I understand that, but I'd get him
Yeah.
to at least sign a game that he's a part of.
Gotta get him to sign one of my favorite games, and that is Mario Land 2 and the 6 Golden Coins. I love that game.
Zach, that's a choice.
I love that game.
I know I wasted like 12 show and tells here today, but that's I wanted to show you what that is, because my PlayStation 4 library is only a little bit bigger than that. Like that's
mine's a drawer and a half. I got a lot.
I didn't. I just and it's not because I don't like collecting. It's because just not a ton of games on the PlayStation 4 spoke to me. That's why I think I'm done. Like I think I've hit the wall where like I get one game every couple years that I care about and love.
Mhm.
And I just like, and that's fine. Like it's not that I won't want to play games moving forward. It's not that I'm, quitting.
Yeah.
But if PlayStation can't sell any PlayStation 6s and they have to find an alternative to play them, and it means like cloud streaming the games or something, like I'd pay for a subscription to cloud stream a game just to play it the one time I want to play it, which I mean, then I'm part of the problem.
And I also really don't like cloud streaming. You have to have good internet for that, and if your internet's bad, it's not going to be a fun experience. And I will never buy into cloud experience. Never will.
You have to have very, very good internet. That is,
I'll never buy into that crap. I'll never buy into it.
I have decent internet, and it works. It works.
Even if I had good internet, no, I will never do that. Nope.
It works. It just doesn't work great, and it's not. We're not there yet, and they want us to be, but we're not. And
rather just buy it myself. Yeah,
on a disc, manufactured by Sony and licensed by Sony. Oh wait, they've been making money off Xbox games for the last 25 years. Crazy. Why is it like this, Zach?
I don't know. Why did we start this podcast at such a bad time?
And it's because that's how I start podcasts. That's what I do. They're always poorly timed. The only show that was ever greatly timed was Living Room Clutter. Speaking of which, Zach was on Living Room Clutter this week, the Rock Band and Rhythm Gaming podcast, and by Rock Band I mean Stage Tour. The new game coming from Red Octane / Cracked. And we talked about Rhythm Heaven. If you want to hear us talk about that, you can. I uploaded all the edited versions of the videos to the Living Room Clutter YouTube channel, and they all got 0 views. So, yay. Only one has 1 view because it played on one of my devices, and it doesn't count because it was me.
Yeah.
So go check out Living Room Clutter if you guys want to hear us talk about mostly Rhythm Heaven, really, that episode, and our history with the rhythm gaming series that exist over the multis of decades as we get amped for Stage Tour, which I will probably be the last physical game I buy, although it'd probably be a key in the box with my band kit. It probably won't be a disc. Oh no, Zach.
Thanks, GTA.
Well, yeah. All right. Anyway, hope you guys still like collecting video games. This has been Collect Play Talk for July 10th, 2026. I'm Dave. That's Zach. Follow Collect Play Talk everywhere you can, and we'll see you guys. I think it's going to be Saturday morning, although it may be Friday night. So stay tuned for the
change.
Look at the channel and you'll see it. I'll schedule it early once we've locked it in. Okay.
Yep.
Bye, everybody.